the ability to just give expansively. I would say that, I mean, I met some of your teachers, Radhanath Swami and Gauranga Prabhu, we just all
They're
have...
your teachers now.
And my teachers. I think it was the first time I experienced what it would feel like and understood what it would feel like to not be jealous. And the reason I say that is because I remember Radhanath Swami I would meet him and his energy was like, oh, this person loves me so much. But then I'd also see him with like other people and I'd be like, God, he loves them so much. And I was like, wait, he just met this stranger and he loves them so much. And what it made me realize was when you have unlimited capacity, when you have decided to be a full vessel of what life brings and a full vessel of God, the expansiveness of that is unlimited, which means you may get physically tired, but you never get depleted emotionally because you are constantly pouring into other people, but somehow they constantly have this charge coming in towards them. So that meant, and I realized that when he is being so loving to one person, he has just as much left for the other person and just as much left for the person after that. And that is when I realized, because at first I'd be like, wait, but he really likes my pumpkin pie. But like now I cook for Radhanath Swami a lot. And so it's like kind of part of our relationship now. And then someone else made pumpkin pie. They'd be like, this pumpkin pie is amazing. I was like, what do you mean? But he truly means it because he has that heart that is so expansive. And so to have watched that, I've seen way smaller glimpses than you have of that. But I imagine once you experience somebody like that, it's just beyond, like, you can't help but want to be like that.
Yeah.
So a question on that, because we talked about mentors. I think people find it really hard to find mentors in their life. They find it so hard to find people to look up to and turn to. And so, I've noticed with you really do connect to a lot of people throughout your life. And you're the type of person, Jay's the type of person who, whether it is his art teacher from school, you still remember them. Yeah. Whether it is your mentor that took you from like Accenture, you still go back and you see them. Like, you have remained grateful and connected to your teachers from when you were at school up till now. And so how do people, one, have mentors at an older age? If they're past all of that, they haven't stayed in touch with them. What's the process of finding a mentor? And like, how do people do that?
I think mentors, when you become an adult, it gets harder,
right?
Unless you find a coach,
right?
Or you have a therapist,
right?
And you build a professional relationship out of it, which I highly recommend. I do that.
Yeah, you
I
really
have coaches, and I think it's a really important investment. But let's say that's not your path. I believe the goal is to be mentored by people you've never met, and I think we live at a time when you can feel mentored by people through reading about their life. You can be mentored by people by watching their documentary.
Right.
You can be mentored by people by studying how they made certain decisions. We have so much access today to a plethora of information about people's lives and decisions and challenges and failures and stresses that you can be mentored by deep study. And we believe this in our philosophy too, that we talk about our teachers who are no longer here, that me and you have never met, but you still feel their presence in your life. And in the Vedic tradition, there are two words that are very important. One is Vapu and one is Vani. Vapu means the physical presence of a mentor.
Yeah.
Vani means the wisdom of a mentor. And we believe that the Vani, the wisdom of a mentor, i.e. the written word, the listened word, whatever it may be, is actually even more important than the physical presence of a mentor. So I think today we kind of feel like, oh, I wish I could be close to this person and they'd mentor me and they'd guide me. And that's great. If you can do that, that's brilliant. But for most of us, picking up a book, listening to a podcast, studying someone's life is sometimes going to be the deepest bond you'll ever build with someone.
Yeah.
And I feel really connected to people that I've never met in my entire life through books. And so I think books are underestimated. Now, if you're looking for a physical mentor, I think the first thing you have to realize is there are certain people who are happy to mentor and they exist.
Right.
You need to turn up at those events.
Right.
You need to go and meet them. You need to go put yourself in front of them. But mentors also want to see accountability. I think with me and my mentors, what they always rewarded was that I was ready to take their advice. I was ready to put into action what they said.
Yeah.
And when they saw growth, they invested more.
Right.
I was talking to someone recently, actually, on my podcast. Her name's Cody Sanchez.
Yeah.
And Cody was talking about how when she wanted a mentor, she'd get their information and she'd update them on anything she heard them say anywhere and how things were going for her.
Interesting.
So if she heard someone at a talk and that person said, hey, you should start an Instagram account, for example, she would start an Instagram account. After she got the details, she'd message them and be like, I loved your talk. I started an Instagram account, as you said. I've been posting every day. And that person may or may not respond. Now, 3 months later, she's like, I posted every day, just like you said, and I've got X amount of followers now. And I just wanted to let you know. Maybe they do respond, maybe they don't. The third time, she'd update them again and say like, oh, you know what? I just started my first business. Now this person responds and goes, congratulations, that's amazing.
Oh my God.
And so she held herself accountable to that person. And now those people are in her lives. And I love that example.
That's
because
so
I
nice.
thought it's you not saying, well, how much do you have to give to me? Invest in me, build me. It's no, I'm going to show you that I take your advice seriously. And I'm going to let you know, and our relationship's going to develop in the background. So I love that piece of advice.
That's so cool that she did that.